Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. I have to say, it's very exciting to do one of these trivia nights when it's nice outside. We still have natural light coming in. It's really great. So I hope that it's a great start to everyone's long weekend. I believe there should be a slide coming up. First of all, that shows where you can donate for tonight. If you can make a donation, that's great. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the program I do. It is the Community Youth and Young Adult Program, and the details of how you can send a donation are on the slide. We have a recommended donation of $10 per person, but if you cannot donate that, that is completely okay. We hope you have a great time playing trivia with us tonight. I believe there's another slide that outlines some of the rules or how tonight is going to work. Unfortunately, I do not have that in front of me, but there will be 5 rounds of 10 questions. And how it's going to work is that you'll have about 20 seconds to answer each question. And then at the end of the round, we will take up the questions and you will be able to put your score into the scoreboard that we sent you. So hopefully everyone here is honest. We're counting on that if you're going to win fairly. I also would like to start the night by taking up a question that was posed by Caitlin Ryan when promoting the event. And the question is, what is the term used to describe the way bees communicate with each other? And the answer is waggle dancing. That is the term that's used to describe how bees communicate with one another. So, I also would like to highlight that the Wall of Champions has been updated. Not only have Shelby and Bill won in December 2020, but in February 2021, the Quizzards of Oz, who have returned tonight to defend the championship, they won. So we'll see if we have a new champion tonight or if the Quizzards of Oz will retain the crown. So, is there anything else I missed in terms of the intro slides, James? Oh, James apparently was slacking a bit putting up the donation slide, but we'll let him off the hook. He's put in a lot of work and Zoom hasn't been cooperating. We'll get there eventually. So, I guess we can move on to the first category of the night. Is that okay, James? We're good with that? Perfect. And the first category of the night is going to be countries. So, let's get right to it. Question number 1, the national sport in this country of just over 212 million citizens is field hockey. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Once known as Siam, this country's national animal is an elephant. Number 3, this country that has coasts stretching along both the Atlantic and Indian Ocean gets its name from its geographic location. Number 4, both the European Union and NATO have their headquarters in this country. Next question. Despite the fact that about 3/4 of this country's terrain is mountainous, it still has a population of over 125 million citizens. Number 6. This country encompasses part of the Amazon rainforest and has also recently been grappling with how to deal with its growing hippo population. Next question. This country, which hosted the 2000 Summer Olympics, is known as a mega diverse country. That is a country that harbors the majority of Earth's species and high numbers of endemic species. Number 8. This transcontinental country hosts the largest number of refugees in the world. Number 9. This country, which ranks 4th in the world in biodiversity, has the largest Spanish-speaking population in the world. Number 10. This country, which is the most populous in Africa, is inhabited by over 250 ethnic groups that speak over 500 distinct languages. Okay, I'm going to assume that that was enough time. We're going to take up the questions. But before that, I would be remiss if I didn't let you know what the prize is for this round. Look at these beautiful tea lights. I don't know if you can quite make it out, but we have some nice summer colors here. And look, if you want to have a nice dinner by candlelight, or I think people even... Everyone's outside. I think people even use like candles to attract bugs so they don't go to them. So there's a lot of options with this. So big stakes is what we're playing for. And now that you're all sweating with anticipation and worry, we'll take up the answers. Number 1, the national sport in this country of just over 212 million citizens is field hockey. The country is Pakistan. Apparently, the name Pakistan means a land abounding in the pure. Number 2, once known as Siam, this country's national animal is an elephant. The country is Thailand, and apparently the practice of keeping wild animals as pets in Thailand has affected several species, including a species of bears. And I might have been more surprised by people keeping bears as pets, but last year I watched The Tiger King and realized that people just do crazy stuff. Number 3, this country that has coasts stretching along both the Atlantic and Indian Ocean gets its name from its geographic location. It is South Africa. South Africa actually has 3 capital cities: Pretoria, Bloemfontein, I think I may have pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry, and Cape Town. 2 for 3. Number 4, both the European Union and NATO have their headquarters in this country. It is Belgium. Apparently from 2010 to 2011, Belgium underwent a period of almost 600 days without an elected government, which is the longest period of time a developed country has gone without an elected government. Next. Despite the fact that about 3/4 of this country's terrain is mountainous, it still has a population of over 125 million citizens. It is Japan, and consequently, most of the population is concentrated on narrow coastal plains. And I think that we in Canada could identify with a lot of people living in a very concentrated area. I'm pretty sure almost everyone in Canada lives near the border, and most of them live in the GTA, which is great. Okay, let's go on to number 6. This country that encompasses part of the Amazon rainforest and has also recently been grappling with how to deal with its growing hippo population. It is Colombia. And hippos are not native to Colombia, but they were imported by Pablo Escobar. And since they are difficult to move around, they were not distributed to zoos as his other animals were, and the population has boomed since they have no predators and the climate is actually ideal for them. So consequently, scientists are concerned at the effect they could have on the local ecosystem. Next one. This country, which hosted the 2000 Summer Olympics, is known as a mega diverse country. It is Australia. And despite its biodiversity, Australia was the only continent besides Antarctica to develop without feline species. Number 8. This transcontinental country, some of you may remember this term from a prior trivia night. This transcontinental country hosts the largest number of refugees in the world. It is Turkey. And according to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, in 2018, Turkey was hosting 63.4% of all the refugees in the world. Number 9. This country, which ranks 4th in the world in biodiversity, has the largest Spanish-speaking population in the world. It is Mexico. With over 200,000 different species, Mexico is home to about 10 to 12% of the world's biodiversity. Number 10. This country, which is the most populous in Africa, is inhabited by over 250 ethnic groups that speak over 500 distinct languages. It is Nigeria. Nigeria ranks 3rd, actually, in the number of established languages spoken in a country, behind only Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. So, what we're going to do is you can add your scores up on the scorecard on the Excel document, and we will look at that and we will see if the tiebreaker question is necessary. Just a reminder to team Get Smart to add your score into the score sheet. Thanks so much. Okay. It looks like the Krilogist Massive have won the first round, so congratulations. For Team Get Smart, if you can put your score into the score sheet later, that would be great. But we are going to move on, and it seems the tiebreaker question is not necessary. It is too bad. That was going to be a fun tiebreaker. So for round number 2, I haven't seen this yet, but it is a fragile, breakable picture frame, which probably means that it has a lot of value. So, oh no, I'm not. I'm gonna let them open it. I'm gonna let them open it. But I'm sure maybe what could happen is if you win tonight, you could take a picture of your team on Zoom and frame it, put it in this. It'd be pretty fun, right? I'm gonna set this down carefully so it doesn't break. Okay, let's go on to round 2. The category for round 2 is musical groups. We ready, James? Perfect. Okay, number 1, this group, allegedly also known as the Bulletproof Boy Scouts, became the first non-English speaking act to headline and sell out England's Wembley Stadium for a performance. Number 2, this group is the best-selling music act of all time, with over 600 million units sold worldwide. Number 3, say their names. This group that was formed in Houston became one of the most popular trios of all time. Number 4, this group was formed in 1994 and is considered to be the biggest British pop success since the Beatles. Next question. Formed in 1995, this group went bye, bye, bye in 2002. Number 6, this group was formed in Gary, Indiana in 1965 and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1997. Next question. This group that has won 22 Grammy Awards came together at a school in Dublin, Ireland in 1976. Number 8, this a cappella R&B group has a section of Broad Street in Philadelphia named after them. I'll give you one additional clue. Their name reflects different stages of life. Number 9. 7 fossil stoneflies were named after present and former members of this band. There is some irony in this answer. Number 10, no scrubs in this group. This woman's group also happens to have the same name as a television channel. Okay, I'm going to assume that was enough time. I realize I also made a slight mistake in that I revealed the answer to the tiebreaker question in one of the questions. So we'll make a quick switch if that is necessary. But let's take up the answers. Number 1, this group, allegedly also known as the Bulletproof Boy Scouts, became the first non-English speaking act to headline and sell out England's Wembley Stadium. It is BTS. And while researching, I came across a page titled, "Only a BTS fan can get more than 18 out of 20 on this quiz." I was unable to disprove this claim. They are a very popular band, though, right now. Yeah, they do K-pop, actually. But they're very popular worldwide. Number 2. This group is the best-selling music act of all time, with over 600 million units sold worldwide. It is the Beatles, and they apparently have a song called Penny Lane, which is a real street. And eventually the city of Liverpool got so tired of people taking the street sign as a souvenir that they just painted the street sign on a nearby building instead. Number 3, say their names. This group that was formed in Houston became one of the most popular trios of all time. It is Destiny's Child. The group seemed to disband on good terms, actually, which seems a bit rare for a lot of groups, as they remain really close friends, and each also has success as a solo artist, especially Beyonce. Number 4. This group was formed in 1994 and is considered to be the biggest British pop success since the Beatles. It is the Spice Girls. James is very happy. A study conducted by the British Council in 2000 found that the Spice Girls were second to only Prime Minister Tony Blair in terms of international recognition. Okay, next. Formed in 1995, this group went bye in 2002. It is NSYNC. And the group actually started because one of the members, Chris Kirkpatrick, had missed the cut for the Backstreet Boys and wanted to form a second group. Number 6. This group was formed in Gary, Indiana in 1965 and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1997. It is the Jackson 5. And they were all talented, but I think it's safe to say that Tito and Jermaine didn't contribute as much to that group project as Michael did. Next. This group that has won 22 Grammy Awards came together at a school in Dublin in 1976. It is U2. Apparently, they once played to a group of just 9 people in a pub in London. I guess they took off sometime after that. Number 8, this a cappella R&B group has a section of Broad Street in Philadelphia named after them. It is Boys to Men. They actually once made an appearance on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to sing at Will's cousin's christening. It was actually a very touching gesture because Will felt like he had let everyone down and failed them, but they showed up to support him.
Didn't Will steal one of their girlfriends? Isn't that
Yeah, they may have had a history on the show, but they were forgiving. Number 9, 7 fossil stoneflies were named after present and former members of this band. It is the Rolling Stones. Petroperla McJaggeri is the name of one of the fossil stoneflies. I guess there was some irony because they were the stones, and I think scientists call these like the rolling stoneflies or something like that. I don't know. Number 10, no scrubs in this group. This women's group also happens to have the same name as a television channel. It is TLC. One of the group members, Lisa, had just moved to Atlanta before joining the group with $750 and a keyboard being all she had. So it's quite a turnaround. So please put your scores into the score sheet. We will see if a tiebreaker question is necessary. And yeah, maybe we'll pull a bit of an audible to find out what that question will be. If Team Elizabeth could add their score onto the score sheet, that would be great. Okay, congratulations to the Quizzards of Oz, who scored a perfect 10 on that round, and they're making a strong move to retain the crown. Okay, before we start round 3, I'm going to keep this really quick, but I did just want to give a bit of an update about the program that I work for that we are supporting tonight, which is the Community Youth and Young Adult Program. I've been excited because over the past couple of months, actually, Toronto Community Housing, which is the organization that sort of oversees the place they live, has been a lot more interested in connecting with some people who live in the community. So we've been able to set up some meetings over Zoom and stuff to get some of the youth from Willow Tree connected and have their voice heard by the people at Community Housing. And it's been really nice to have those meetings. And just this past week, along with a couple other partner organizations, we were able to have sort of a bigger employment session that about 20 of the youth came out to, and there should be further opportunities for them to get connected with people who can get them jobs, and it's really excited that we get to be a part of that as well. I'm also really looking forward to the summer, as so far for a summer program, we've already hired 2 of the youth from Willow Tree to work with people either from our church community or from Adam House, which is really exciting that they can connect in that way. And we're also looking forward to doing a couple new programs centered around t-shirt design and maybe murals and stuff like that. So it's really exciting to just explore different ways that we can empower the youth, whether that is through paying them for their work or just giving them opportunities to try something new. I'm really excited for that. So thank you again so much for supporting the program. And I'm really looking forward to this summer and being able to update you guys about this summer. Okay, let's move on to round number 3. And I believe we have another set of candles or tea lights actually for this round, which is very exciting. I know that the Quizzards of Oz are probably very excited. They can have a picture frame to remember this night by. I don't know how they're going to decide who gets to keep it in their house. Yeah, James says they're going to have to take turns. I think that's about right. Okay. So the category for round 3 is movie villains. So the way this is going to work is we're actually just going to show you a picture on the screen, and you will need to identify the movie villain. Now, for certain pictures, I will have a special accommodation where you could get half a point or 1 point. So please just listen closely to those rules. But yeah, it should be pretty straightforward, and that you will see a picture on the screen, and you will need to identify that movie villain. Okay, let's go to number 1. Okay, let's go on to number 2. So for this one, you will get half a point if you can, you will get 1 point if you can identify either of the men that are in the picture, and you can get half a point if you can identify the person that they work for. No, there's no total of 1.5 points. You get half a point or 1 point. Okay, let's go on to number 3. Now for this one, you will get half a point for each picture that you identify. Okay, let's go to number 4. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's go to number 6. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's go to number 8. Okay, let's go to number 9. And finally, number 10. Okay, I'm going to assume that that was enough time. So let's take them up. Number 1, this is Scar from The Lion King. Scar was Mufasa's power-hungry younger brother who wanted the throne. Number 2, so you can get 1 point if you identified either Horace or Jasper, and you can get half a point if you can name Cruella de Vil. I think Cruella could have probably been a lot more effective if she had some more competent accomplices. It's a bit of a letdown for her. Yeah, she must not have paid them well if you get what you paid for. Okay. Number 3. These are Jafar and Iago from the movie Aladdin. So you can get half a point for each that you identify. And I really wanted to include them because one of our friends, Mayu, will say that if someone does something kind of mischievous, that it's a Jafar move. So I want to make sure to include that in this quiz. Number 4, it is Thanos, who is inevitable or something like that. Is that how it goes? He has like all the Infinity Stones, and yeah, I don't know. I sort of watched that movie over a long period of time. Okay, next. Blofeld from the James Bond movies, and you can see him with his cat there, looking very dangerous. Okay, number 6. This is Bane from the movie Batman. I don't really have much to say. What did Bane do? Oh wow, he broke the bat. That's pretty good. There you go. James actually has a whole history, which I won't tell you all of right now. But maybe you should just see the movie. Okay. Actually, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't really like Batman. Okay. Next one. This is Ursula from The Little Mermaid. I don't have that much to say about Ursula really because I actually never saw The Little Mermaid. Okay, number 8. This is Mr. Swackhammer from from the movie Space Jam. He is the businessman who sent the aliens to Earth to steal the NBA players' talents. And at the end of the movie, he literally gets sent to the moon on a rocket. Oh, if you haven't seen Space Jam, but there's no spoiler alert. You had 20 years. There's a second one coming out, which I'm very excited for. LeBron James is in it. Okay. Number 9. This is Shan Yu from the movie Mulan, and he is the leader of the Hun army in the movie. And number 10, we have the Terminator, who James wanted to make sure I included in this exercise, which I thought was a good suggestion to have the Terminator in it. So please put your scores onto the scorecard, and we will see if a tiebreaker question is necessary. Well, it seems that the Krilgis Massive loves tea lights. Yeah, they're winning all the tea lights and candles, which is great. So they actually won that round, so congratulations. They're looking really good on the scoreboard right now. And I've heard that some people don't like that I say that Bane broke the bat. I don't know. People don't like it. I'm actually not that bothered because I'm just not a Batman fan, so it's okay. James wants to know who's talking. Maybe you could have a discussion later about, I don't know, the bat being broken or something. I don't know. Anyways, the tiebreaker question is not necessary, so we don't need to review the fact that the Terminator weighed 640 pounds. But let's go on to round number 4. And the prize for round 4 is actually a meat thermometer. So those of you who... James loves that one. So yeah, it should be pretty great. Whether you have one or not, this is a meat thermometer that you can use for some great cooking. And the category for round 4 is miscellaneous. We're going to have a variety of questions in this section. All right, so let's get started. Number 1. This boxing match between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, which took place in Zaire, was known as... Okay, number 2. This company built the first car in the world to exceed 300 miles per hour. Okay, number 3. These are the only 2 countries in South America that don't border Brazil. You can get half a point for each one that you identify. I'll give you a little bit more time for this one as I think it involves some more thinking. Okay, number 4. This continent is a part of all 4 hemispheres. Next, this singer, who was once an actress, has more Instagram followers than any other musician. Number 6, this car-focused series is the 10th highest grossing movie franchise of all time. Next, this is the easternmost state or province in North America. Number 8, in 2013, the lights at the Super Bowl stadium suddenly went out. These were the 2 teams that were playing in that game. You can get half a point for each team that you name. Number 9. This kid's dance video and song is the most viewed video ever on YouTube. Number 10. This American gymnast won 4 gold medals in the 2016 Olympics. Okay, let's take up the miscellaneous round. Question number 1. This boxing match between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, which took place in Zaire, was known as the Rumble in the Jungle. James apparently got the answer without really knowing it. But anyways, Ali came into the fight as a 4-1 underdog and won by knockout using his famous rope-a-dope strategy. James had also asked me why the fight was in Zaire. I believe it was because the country was trying to attract some more big, large-scale events and paid quite a bit to have the fight, although I don't remember for sure, so please don't quote me on that. Number 2. This company built the first car in the world to exceed 300 miles per hour. It is Bugatti. Another car company allegedly exceeded this time. However, it is heavily disputed as analysis of the videos they posted brought into question the actual speed that the car traveled. Apparently, people are doing calculations and we're just like, yeah, that's not real. So apparently, Bugatti still has sort of the accepted record. It is very fast. Number 3. These are the only 2 countries in South America that don't border Brazil. They are Ecuador and Chile. So you can get half a point for each one. James got that one. Very good. Oh, he got 1. And Brazil actually comprises about 47% of the land in South America. So kind of makes sense why it's touching some of the countries there. Number 4. This continent is a part of all 4 hemispheres. It is Africa. The equator passes through Central Africa, and it is also split between East and West. So it's part of all 4 hemispheres. Next question. This singer, who was once an actress, has more Instagram followers than any other musician. It is Ariana Grande. She has over 235 million followers, which is actually just 1 million shy of The Rock. Number 6. This car-focused series, and you'll see why I mentioned The Rock. Number 6, this car-focused series is the 10th highest grossing movie franchise of all time. It is The Fast and the Furious. And I haven't quite worked out why people who specialize in driving cars are the most adept to save the world. But the movies are very entertaining, at least from about 5 onwards. You don't spend your time on the first 4. Just watch the last 6 or however many there are now after that. Yeah, there's spin-offs too now and everything. It's amazing. Next. This is the easternmost state or province in North America. It is actually Alaska. The Aleutian, sorry, I should get the pronunciation right on that. The Aleutian Islands extend into the eastern hemisphere. So Alaska is both the easternmost and westernmost point in North America. Number 8. In 2013, the lights at the Super Bowl stadium suddenly went out. These were the two teams that were playing in that game. It was the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. And it actually caused a delay that created quite a momentum shift in the game. However, the Ravens managed to hold on to win. So you can get half a point for each team that you identified. Number 9. This kid's dance video is the most viewed video ever on YouTube. It is the Baby Shark Dance. And I won't subject you to this song right now, but it's been viewed over 8.5 billion times, which is more than the population of the world. So people have been watching that a lot of times. Number 10. This American gymnast won 4 gold medals in the 2016 Olympics. She is Simone Biles. She is also the gymnast with the most all-around titles in history, winning it 5 times. You can also see her on quite a few commercials now. So, there you go. She has moves named after her, according to James, who I don't exactly consider an expert on this, but we'll see. Anyways, please put your scores in the chat, not in the chat, on the scorecard, and we'll see how everyone scored and if a tiebreaker question is necessary. Yeah, tell me in a second. Okay, congratulations to We Own Q1, who won that round. What was the score for that round, James? 8.5. That's a very good score. So someone from your team will win a meat thermometer. It's very exciting. It is a very nice prize. Also, can we get a score update heading into the last round, James? Who's in first place? Okay, fourth place. The Les Quizerables. I don't even know what team that is. How many points do they have, James? 29 points. Very good. And oh my goodness, there's 2 teams on 29.5. They're tied for second. Okay, I got you. So who's in first place then? Oh, the Crilligist Massive. They've been a contender in every quiz. This could be their night. You know what, James? I believe in them. James thinks they might give up the lead, but I believe in the Crilligist Elite, or Massive, I'm sorry. But very close. There's 4 teams within 1 point that are on top of the leaderboard headed into the last round. So this is very exciting. We'll see how it plays out. How are the Quizzards of Oz doing, last time's champions? Oh, they're at 29.5. Who else is on 29.5? Oh, We Own Q1 is also very much near the lead. Sorry? Oh, that We Own Q1 is Darlene's team. Okay, so. Okay, let's go to the last round, and the prize for this round is Wellspring Honey, which is very exciting. It's very exciting, and the stakes are already so high. I have the wall of champions right here. You can get your name on it, and it will be displayed to everyone. I don't know how long the Wall of Champions will last for, but you can have your name on it for a time. Okay. The category for the last round is animals. We actually did this category on the first night, and it was pretty fun. So I thought, let's try it again. Let's do an animals category. And there are very high stakes for this round. So let's see how everyone does. Okay, number 1. This semi-aquatic mammal's closest living relatives are believed to be whales and dolphins.
This is a pretty serious question.
Number 2. This animal has the strongest recorded bite force in the world. Number 3, this even-toed ungulate loses only 1.3 liters of fluid intake every day, while other livestock lose around 20 to 40 liters per day. Number 4, this very intelligent primate has been known to use a variety of sophisticated tools and is able to construct elaborate sleeping nests. I will also note that it lives in the rainforests of Southeast Asia. Next question. Along with the 4 species of echidna, did I say that right? Echidna. Along with the 4 species of echidna, this is the only mammal that lays eggs instead of giving birth to live young. Thanks again to James for helping with the pronunciation. He's like David Attenborough right now, a British guy who knows about nature. Okay, number 6. Despite having a reputation as a scavenger, this animal, which has the 10th strongest bite force in the world, is actually quite an adept hunter. You can find this animal in Africa. Next question. This animal has colonized almost every landmass on Earth, Antarctica being the only one they're absent from. And estimates say they make up between 15 to 25% of the terrestrial animal biomass. I'll give a little bit more time for that question. Number 8. This medium-sized antelope has also had a car named after it. Trying, man. Number 9. These arboreal marsupials are asocial animals that sleep for up to 20 hours per day. And number 10, the last question of the night. This is the fastest running animal on Earth. Okay, I'm going to assume that that was enough time. Let's take up the questions of the final round. Number 1. This semi-aquatic mammal's closest living relatives are believed to be whales and dolphins. It is the hippopotamus. The hippo is actually the third largest type of land mammal, behind only elephants and rhinos. And obviously they're a bit of a problem in Colombia right now. They're also very aggressive, actually. Yeah, they also have a very strong bite force, if I remember correctly, very strong jaws. But number 2, this animal has the strongest recorded bite force in the world. It is the crocodile. And specifically, the Nile crocodiles have had their bite force measured at over 5,000 pounds per square inch. To put that in perspective, the average bite force of a human is about 125 pounds per square inch. Number 3. This even-toed ungulate loses only 1.3 liters of fluid intake every day, while other livestock lose around 20 to 40 liters per day. It is the camel. Apparently, camels are also able to drink over 130 liters of water in 13 minutes, which seems ridiculous. I almost feel like I should fact-check that again. It's like a lake they're drinking. Okay, number 4. This very intelligent primate has been known to use a variety of sophisticated tools and is able to construct elaborate sleeping nests. I also noted that you can find them in the rainforests of Southeast Asia. It is the orangutan. They are very dexterous, and they actually use both their hands and feet to gather food and to eat. Next. Along with the 4 species of, how do you say it again? Along with the 4 species of echidna, this is the only mammal that lays eggs instead of giving birth to live young. It is the platypus. And the unusual appearance of the platypus actually baffled European scientists at first. And the first scientist to examine a preserved platypus body in 1799 judged it to be fake, saying that it was made of several animals sewn together. It does look like that. It is very venomous as well, yes. Can look up the platypus more later. Number 6, despite having a reputation as a scavenger, this animal, which has the 10th strongest bite force in the world, is actually quite an adept hunter. It is the hyena. They are very intelligent animals, and in some experiments, hyenas have actually outperformed chimpanzees when it came to collective or group problem solving. Apparently, hyenas are also able to count. They sort of use that to judge if they can attack something effectively, and males will also use it when they see how many other males are in a group to see if it's a good place for them to mate. Next, this animal has colonized almost every landmass on Earth, Antarctica being the exception, and estimates say they make up between 15 to 25% of the terrestrial animal biomass. It is the ant. There are lots of different species, but ants are obviously very small, but they can actually lift over 20 times their body weight. There's no need for comparisons. Number 8, this medium-sized antelope has also had a car named after it. It is the impala. One of the best animal videos I have ever seen is impalas jumping across a road. They're actually able to leap as far as 10 meters and as high as 3 meters, and they use these skills to escape prey by jumping over barriers such as bushes rather than having to go around them. Very effective. Very entertaining to watch. I would highly recommend nature documentaries. I'm not really into animals like in real life. I'm kind of scared of them, but I love watching nature documentaries. It's very, very fun. Number 9. These arboreal marsupials are asocial animals that sleep for up to 20 hours per day. They are koalas. Apparently in 1997, about 75% of Japanese and European tourists placed the koala bear at the top of their animals they wanted to see list, which, given the koala's low-energy lifestyle, may have resulted in a lot of disappointment. Kind of like the first couple Fast and the Furious movies. Number 10. This is the fastest running animal on Earth. It is the cheetah. They can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour, which is approximately 100 kilometers per hour, in only 3 seconds. And one cheetah actually set a world record by running a 100-meter set race in 5.595 seconds, which would put even Usain Bolt to shame. Okay, that is all of the questions. Please put your scores in the chat. We'll see if a tiebreaker question is necessary. We will see who won, and we will announce the winner when we come back. Hey, the leading teams need to stop score watching. But just put your scores in. Okay, so first of all, big congratulations to Team Elizabeth who won the round. Ironically, Elizabeth and Sarah, I think, are both very involved in the honey operation at the church. So they have won the fruits of the bees' labor that they helped a lot with. Also, James, let's do the top three. First place. Oh, they can see who won. Who was first place? Oh, congratulations to the Quizzards of Oz. Another comeback win in the last round. Great performance. Back-to-back champions. And I don't know, they did win a round, actually. Okay, who was second place, James? Oh, the Krilge is massive. Only half a point behind, right? Oh, so close. So close. They've been close every game. It's amazing. James, who was in third place? Le Quizarabla was in third place. I'm not exactly sure who's on that team, but congratulations to you guys for coming third. Yeah, it was very fun. So thank you again so much to everyone who came out. We'll see. Hopefully we can have another night, and we'll see if anyone could dethrone the Quizzards of Oz, the now reigning two-time champions, which is incredible. So congratulations to you guys. And seriously, thank you so much to everyone that came out and for supporting the program. And have a great weekend.